Welcome to your 2016 Year Ahead Astrology Forecast. This year, you'll learn more about yourself and how to express yourself in the best possible way. The action takes you to the area of creative self-expression, being effective in what you do, having greater self-confidence. Now, you've been working to redefine yourself since 2005. You were redefining who you are based on your own terms, not on what society tells you to be or what other people want you to be, but who you really are based on your soul. Then you went into a phase where you were redefining what you love and value, what truly matters to you. Then there was a time where you were redefining what you think and how you listen and speak and communicate with others. Then you were redefining your foundation. When Saturn was in Scorpio, it was all about redefining your foundation, your inner being, your home, where you live, and setting the foundation for the next 30 years. Now you are focused on expressing yourself in the best possible way, but being more effective in what you're doing, being more creative, and looking at your creativity in a more serious way, because Saturn is in Sagittarius, and this is requiring you to be very focused and practical in your creativity, in your creative self-expression and projects, and the way you apply yourself in your life. Now, with Saturn in Sagittarius, for some of you, this could bring greater responsibility with your children. You could be involved with someone who there could be an age difference, where you meet someone and they're either much older than you or younger than you. So there's this age difference, yet you're very compelled by this person, you're very attracted to this person, and you feel that soul connection to them. And so the age difference almost doesn't matter because there's such a deep connection there. But you will be taking a very disciplined approach to your creativities and your creative activities, much more than you have in the past. And everyone is creative in their own way. So it doesn't mean you have to be an artist or a painter or a singer. It can be how you live your life, how you dress, how you speak. And that is your creative self-expression. Really, it's about connecting to the inner child. The inner child is the soul. And when you connect to your inner child and your soul, that brings out the creative expression, the soul expression. And it's really wonderful to have Saturn in this area, because Sagittarius is your sister sign, and it pours positive energy into any planets you have in Leo. Sun in Leo, Venus in Leo, Uranus in Leo, rising Leo, moon in Leo. You see? And so having Saturn in this angle is going to feel much better in 2016 and 2017 than it has felt in a long time, actually. Because, like I said, you've really been in this makeover, life makeover, for over 10 years. And now you're getting breathing room where you can step back and go, okay, I'm going to work less and I'm going to make more time for myself. I'm going to work less and I'm going to make more money. I'm going to work less and I'm going to make more life for me. I'm going to work less and I'm going to make more love for me. You see? And so that's what Saturn is working to empower you with, is to change things in your life so that you're not efforting so much, or you're not pushing so much, or you're not taking on so much, that you're allowing for vacation, for rest periods, for cycles of just being and not always doing and rushing and having to be in survival mode. And so this energy is speaking more to not so much that anymore, but more of attraction, using the law of attraction to bring in what you want, because Saturn is now in an area and an angle in your charts for the Leos that's very supportive and reinforcing and empowering and strengthening. It's the reward for all the hard work you've been doing for the past 10 years, and for some of you even longer. Now, Jupiter is also working for you in 2016, because, yeah, it would be great to have them in your sign. It's great, but you know, you can overextend with Jupiter in your own sign. Like, you can just do too much, because Jupiter expands whatever he touches. And so doing too much isn't always better. Sometimes it's better to restrict and confine. And that's what Saturn does. So sometimes it's better to have Saturn than Jupiter, right? You know, especially like, say you got an illness. You don't want that illness to expand. You want it to restrict and decrease, right? So that you want more of a Saturn influence. But Jupiter in the area of your money, your resources, what you love and value, your self-worth, your self-respect, this can also increase your self-confidence and your sense of self-worth, and your money, your prosperity, your wealth. And that will be working for you until September 9th of 2016, and that's when Jupiter moves into Libra. Now, it's wonderful having Jupiter in Libra for the Leo, because Libra sextiles Leos. Leos and Libras sextile each other. And so that will pour positive energy into your Leo, and will also form fabulous aspects with Saturn and Sagittarius when Jupiter gets to Libra. So having him in Virgo is very good, though, because it is giving you a big hit in the money belt, and it's all about increasing your wealth in 2016. And so, you know, this is great. And Jupiter is going to make 2 more fabulous harmonious energy flows with powerful Pluto in the area of your work habits, your health habits. And they're forming a grand trine to your midheaven, your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world. Look, I'm being Italian. And Mamma Mia, it looks so good. And so this is fantastic too, because this also increases wealth. Now, the money comes through work that you're doing or work that you've done, and it comes through your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, whatever you're doing in the world. There's this fabulous grand earth trine with Jupiter and Pluto, and they are making 2 fabulous positive energy flows with each other. And it goes exact in March 16th, and then it goes exact again in June 26th. So as I go into the monthlies, I'll go more into detail with that. But just know that this energy is on until probably August, when they start to separate, because I see them still in positive energy flow even in all of July. So this is very fortuitous for everyone. For you, it's right out of your money house. It's right out of, you know, your resources and your earning ability and your ability to attract abundance to you. And it is also being empowered from, you know, the work that you do and your destiny in the world. So if you have any planets in Taurus and your midheaven is ruled by Taurus, your destiny in the world, then that's what's forming the grand earth trine, which is absolutely gorgeous. And so that is another really awesome energy that you're going to be working with here in 2016. And it's exciting. It can also, you know, the earth, you know, is about money and wealth, and you know, I talk a lot about it because it's so important in our lives and everyone asks about it. But it's also good for your health, so that you know, because the earth rules the material, rules the physical. And so it's also speaking to your health improving or having more energy in 2016, feeling better, feeling more energized, you know. And so it can also be for, you know, some of you that if you have, you know, been struggling with a health condition, this can heal it. This can empower you to feel better and heal what's been challenging for you in the years past. And that's good news too. Now Mars is going to take his turn to reverse in 2016. And it's not unusual. He takes his turn to retrograde every 2 years. Venus retrogrades every 18 months. Venus is direct all year in 2016. Hallelujah. And that's good news. It's good news for the Libras. It's good news for the Taurus. And it's good news for all of us because she is the beautiful, loving, gorgeous, abundant energy. And as she moves through your chart, she's always blessing you and bringing you something wonderful. And so she is going to be on the move next year, which is good. Now, Mars will be in Scorpio, and Mars is going to retrograde in Scorpio from April 17th through June 29th. Scorpio rules your foundation, how you strengthen yourself, how you support yourself, how you use your personal power, how you nourish and nurture yourself. And so with Mars retrograde in this area, and Mars is going to camp out there for a really long time. He will be retrograde there for over 18 weeks. I mean, he'll be in Scorpio for over 18 weeks. He's not going to be retrograde for 18 weeks, but he's in Scorpio for 18 weeks. He will be in Scorpio for 131 days, and then he'll re-enter Sagittarius on August 2nd. He actually retrogrades in Sagittarius at about 9 degrees, and then he jumps back into Scorpio and on May 28th. So from April 17th to May 28th, he's moving down through Sagittarius and then back into Scorpio, where he moves direct at 23 degrees Scorpio, and that happens on the 29th of June. So, you know, that's almost 10 weeks retrograde and 18 weeks in the sign of Scorpio. So you can see it's very significant how much time he's spending in Scorpio. And so for some of you, you may be moving with this energy. And, you know, this is a time for you to look at your home needs and, you know, where are you living? How is it serving you? Do you need a bigger space? Do you need to move out and move on? Do you need other people to move out and move on? You know, you'll really be looking at your home space and where you're living, and if it's still meeting your needs. You'll also be, you know, doing things that this is a good time for you to recharge your batteries. When Mars is retrograde, it is not the time to start a new project. It's not the time to start a new business. It's not the time to initiate new plans because the energy is not there. Mars is the planet of action and energy and passion and desire. And he's asleep when he's retrograde. And so if you try to start things with Mars retrograde, they either don't happen, they fizzle out, or they backfire. And so you have to restart everything after he goes direct. So why even do that and just wait? So in other words, if you want to start something new, you know, whether it's a business or a project, even a relationship, it's not the best time to do it. It's better to wait until Mars goes direct at the end of June and launch in July than to try to do it with Mars retrograde. Mars is so important. You know, like Venus, the Mars, the Sun, the Moon in your chart. These are very personal planets to each person. And when Mars is retrograde, it's very frustrating, and things don't go as planned, and the energy isn't there. And so why push, right? Because this is a year where you're not supposed to be pushing anymore. You're supposed to be riding the momentum, riding the wave, using the law of attraction to bring to you what you want. No more pushing, no more aggressive push, survival, more of attracting, waiting, being patient, allowing. When you do that, then you are using your higher power to bring what you want and not letting the ego rush you or pressure you. Now, what is Mars retrograde good for? Resting, recharging your batteries, storing up your energy, going back over plans, going back over projects you want to launch when it goes direct. And I'll go more into detail when we get into April and on, the monthlies. He's also good for analyzing your strategies. So really looking, spending the time to do your research work and really looking at what strategies you're using to achieve your goals. Not the time to take action, not the time to be in a hurry for anything. It's a good time for you to nurture and nourish your personal power, because that's the area he's in, is your personal power, your soul power, how you nourish yourself, how you nurture yourself. So this is a time where the universe is saying, Leo, chill out. Don't be in a hurry. We got you covered. We got you back. You don't have to be in a hurry for anything. You don't have to push. Take your time. Allow. Finish unfinished business. Finish old projects. Finish up things that you haven't finished before that you need to finish now. And then that way, when July rolls around, and especially when your birthday month starts, you're ready to go. You're ready to, move ahead with your plans, with your goals, and you're ready, you're energized, you're rested, you're recharged, and that is the best way to do it, the best way to apply yourself in 2016. Now, we have 4 Mercury retrogrades in 2016, and that's kind of unusual. And 2 of them are in Capricorn. So as we go into 2016, the first 5 days, everything's direct. But Mercury goes retrograde on January 5th. And so that means we're already in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So it's really not necessarily the best time to start something new. And the Capricorn new moon chart in January is very intense because it involves the Pluto-Uranus. They're like a degree separated from each other. And the Capricorn new moon is, let's see, I'm looking at it here, January 9th. And that is going to be a really intense new moon, 9th of January with Mercury retrograde, and I'll go into that when I do the Januaries. But it's just, January could be a bit intense, although it's very exciting being in Capricorn in the new year. I really love it. And we're all jazzed up for the new year, and you have so much to look forward to in 2016. So you could be really jazzed up, even with the Pluto-Uranus stuff going on. And it could feel really exciting. And, but remember, Mercury's going to be retrograde, so here we go, redo, redefine, reanalyze, and, Mercury retrograde snafus. And then he's retrograde at the end of the year, in December of 2016, in Capricorn again. He retrogrades in Capricorn on December 19th through January 8th, 2017. So what is that? We go into the new year next year with Mercury retrograde. Oh, that should be interesting. And so that's why I think the message here is, don't be in a hurry for anything. There's going to be a lot of good stuff happening for you this year, like really exciting new opportunities. For those of you looking for new love, absolutely. And it could be with someone very significant. And so you don't have to be in the hurry for anything, and especially when we get the retrograde going on, you want to make sure you're going over things And, you know, devil's always in the details when Mercury is retrograde. Now, Mercury is going to retrograde in the earth signs. And so the next retrograde with Mercury will be in Taurus on April 28th through May 22nd. You could be rethinking some things in your career at that time, or redoing some things in your work, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, your destiny in the world. So there could be some things that you're redefining, redefining boundaries, redefining your position. Maybe you're moving into a new position. Maybe you're moving, some of you are getting promoted. And so how you show up in the world may be different. It's exciting though. Remember, Saturn is in positive energy flow with you, and so is Uranus. Uranus and Saturn are just incredible in your charts. And that's sudden breakthrough, sudden windfalls, sudden opportunities, creative change done gracefully and done with ease and poise. Now, Mercury is going to retrograde in Virgo on August 30th through September 21st. So there you could be redefining your resources. You could be redefining how you use your resources. That's at the same time where Jupiter moves into Libra on the 9th of September, 9/9. And isn't that interesting? Because there's Mercury there going, okay, before Jupiter goes, what do you need to finish in regards to how you're using your resources? What do you need to tidy up in how you are using your talents, your gifts, your abilities to create the life you want, to create the abundance you want? What needs to change in order for you to have what you want? And so you'll really be looking at your resources and your skills and how you're applying them to increase your presence in the world, your wealth in the world, and what you do. And that is very interesting. Now, Uranus will be moving through Aries. He will be getting up to 25 degrees in 2016. And he is going to make a fabulous trine, positive energy flow with Saturn starting in December of next year. And again, for most of all of 2017, they will form a positive energy flow in May of 2016 and November of 2017. So that means they're going to be trining harmonious energy flow all year. This is awesome. For those of you that have Leo in your chart, you're getting the Saturn trines. For many of you, you've had, the Uranian trines where you've started new businesses or you've innovated what you're doing and you've had some really great breakthroughs. For those of you that are born 3 weeks into Leo on, so those of you born 3 weeks into Leo on, all the way to the end of Leo, and even at 0 degrees Virgo, because if you're at 0 degrees Virgo, because Uranus is going to move into Taurus, as Saturn moves into Capricorn, they're still trining each other at that 0 degree point. So when Uranus moves into Taurus and Saturn moves into Capricorn, they're still forming a positive energy flow. And so those of you that have Leo 3 weeks in and forward, you're getting grand fire trine off of Uranus and Saturn. This is spectacular. This is like revolutionary breakthroughs in your life. So for those of you that have been intuiting, having these gut instincts that something big is about to happen for you, or some sort of major life change that's really positive and exciting, yes. The answer is yes to whatever your soul is saying and whispering to you, telling you, here's what's about to happen. I know for some of you, you hear that call of fame and fortune and, just whatever your heart's been desiring, it's on the way. It's on the way. Uranus and Saturn lining up like this is spectacular because it brings advancement. It brings supportive energy. It brings promotion, and it's work that you've already done. So it's reward for all the hard work you've been doing your whole life. And especially this last 12 years, 10 years. Really, we could take it back to 1999, the Grand Square Leo. And I'm going to talk about that in 2017 because the eclipses are going to start moving into Leo. But the first one I looked at was the Leo total solar eclipse in 2017. Saturn and Uranus are grand trine in it. So we didn't have that the last time in 1999. It was not that. It was a grand square, and heads rolled at that time. That's when Clinton was being impeached, and there was a lot going on. Heads were rolling. Well, this time there's a lot of support and positive energy and positive reinforcement for those Leos. And so when you know, right now the North Node is in Virgo, and it will be all of 2016, but in 2017 it's going to move into Leo. And so will the path. Eclipses and the nodes follow each other. And so you will see the eclipses in 2017 and the North Node moving into Leo, but Saturn and Uranus are right there, grand trine. And you haven't had that before. So this is very exciting, what's happening here in 2016 and 2017, especially with this Saturn-Uranus energy. And you can't complain about Jupiter and Pluto either, because they're already there lighting up what you do in the world, your profession in the world, your reputation in the world, your destiny in the world. Now the eclipses in 2016 are going over your near future and your long distance future. Okay, and so you're going to be making many changes in 2016 and 2017, but they're positive changes. So you're going to be making changes in regards to how you're using your talents, gifts, and abilities to create the life you want, but even changing your habit patterns so that you're not working so hard, but that you're working less and you're making more life for you, because all of that hard work you've done is coming back for your reward now, and it's coming back to you, and so you don't have to push so hard anymore. The energy is not with the fixed signs this year. The energy is with the mutable signs. They are the ones that have to make the major changes. You are getting the reward. You've already made all of the massive changes you need to make. That's done. And so, you know, the action is actually with the mutable signs, because Saturn is in Sagittarius, Neptune is in Pisces, the eclipses are in Virgo and Pisces. There's one more very quick partial lunar eclipse in Libra on March 23rd, and that's not even a big deal. It's the last one, and it's a penumbral, it's a partial lunar eclipse. And it follows the total lunar eclipse in Pisces, okay? And so those areas of your chart aren't even, you know, where the major action is going on for you. And so, yes, you'll need to make some changes, because Saturn and Neptune are dancing and they're challenging each other as they were in November 2015. They will meet up again in 2016. On June 17th and September 10th. See, in the mutable signs, June is Gemini, September is Virgo. See what I'm saying? So when we get into the mutable signs, that's where things get really intense and possibly challenging. And I talked a lot about that in the November astrology forecast, because that's when it really starts showing up. When the sun goes into Sagittarius and the moon is in Gemini, they are involved in it. They are the major players here in 2016 and 2017, until Saturn moves into Capricorn. And so for you, it is about how you're using your resources, how you're using your creative self-expression, how you're riding the wave, how you're creating your life, really seizing the opportunities that are coming for you, which are absolutely fantastic in 2016 and 2017. It really is exciting for you. And the last part of the year, in December, is really favored for travel for you. I mean, this could be a wonderful year to travel all year, because Uranus is angled so nicely with your chart, as well as Saturn. And so travel could be presented to you a lot this year, and it's very good for you, especially if you're going and you're going to do, vacation time, or if you're going to work a little, but you're going to also play a lot. That is really good for you. So the year does favor travel, especially at the end of the year, favors traveling with a partner. And be open to sharing the spotlight in 2016 and 17. Be open to sharing leadership and decision making. So for those of you looking for love, it's on. And it's not going to be some sort of light affair here. Like if you meet someone, which you probably will for those of you that are single, it's going to be the soulmate. It's going to be someone that you just can't ignore. Like you just have to go, wow, this is impressive. This is significant. And this is the person that I'm going to travel with. This is the person I'm sharing decision making with and leadership with. And it's exciting and it's a game changer. And, that is definitely happening here for you Leos. For those of you already coupled, it's awesome. It's getting married, taking the relationship to the next level, strengthening the relationship, traveling together for fun and, romance and love. That's going on. Career is fantastic. Career is just, it has a life of its own now. You just got to get out of the way and let it take on the life of its own. Let it just keep going. Money looks fantastic for the Leos in 2016. You have Jupiter working for you. Jupiter expands wherever he is. He's a big fat boy. I love Jupiter. And so that big fat boy is working for you. And that is good. Health can improve too. Especially if you're working less and you're taking better care of yourself, or if you've had some prolonged condition, it looks like it's going to drastically improve in 2016 with these energies. Spiritually, you're being stepped up. It's about raising your vibration and allowing and taking time for yourself, taking time to meditate, taking time for what you need, and you're going to have a breakout year in 2016. It's going to be like none other. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my podcast, Leo. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology in 2016, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. You go to my astrology service page, you purchase a session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're doing your astrology. Or if you're interested in coaching, that link is below. It takes you to my coaching page. You purchase a session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're coaching you. So until next time, Leo, get ready for a very exciting year. I hope your days stay easy and your moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. And if you're faced with the choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And when you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. Yeah, this is my wish.